How's life? Today we're going to compare two face displays. The Goovis Art and the XReal Air 2 Pro, and there's a clear winner. It is the XReal Air 2 Pro.
What? Okay, I guess we got to talk about this.
Maybe we should take these off.
Let's do that. Okay, so with any device, comfort is going to be the number one thing. If it's not comfortable, you are not using it.
Especially when you're wearing it on your face.
Yeah, or head, or whatever. So let's talk about that first. XReal, Goovis, which one is more comfortable?
The XReal, easily. So you get these kind of, hold on, let me turn on this recording.
Yeah.
So we can get you guys some nice close-up shots. So on the XReal, you get these kind of nose pads here. And you know what, man? Sunglasses and glasses have been around hundreds of years. We figured out this form factor. We don't need a new one. So this one is a nice little nose pad you can adjust. Okay, and you can, these just rest on your ears like all glasses do. Absolutely simple to use. There's no adjustment required. It works.
It's simple, that's for sure. I'll agree with you on that, but that's it. It is simple, but it's not very practical because the only adjustment you get on the XReal are those nose pads.
Yeah.
And you get a couple of those included in the box. And that is it. You cannot adjust it in any other way. Whereas with the Goovis, what you can do is, so you wear it, there's this headband, and this headband comes with a Velcro strap, so you can make it tighter or looser around you, right? There's a nice cushion at the front, which is padded, so this for the forehead, and this is the strap, Velcro, there you go. And once you've put it on, you can tighten this, but you can also adjust where you want to put the, let's say the monitor in front of your eyes. So overall, this is more comfortable. If you are someone who likes to lie down, this is perfect. There's nothing behind here. It's just flat and it's super comfortable to wear it.
I never lie down.
No. If you don't, fine. This, you will start feeling it on the forehead a little bit with this strap. And that's the reason why Goovis sells you another accessory. And that is this
Gotta spend more
chonker.
money.
You do gotta spend more money, but this is very comfortable. All you do is remove the Velcro strap, pop this on, and then you can adjust. Look at that, satisfying. And then you can adjust, tighten it, or loosen it with this.
All right.
Yeah. So that's in terms of comfort, in my opinion, you can get a lot better adjustability and comfort with the Goovis.
Yeah. So comfort on the head.
Yep.
Yes, I think that's something you can dial in. But there's also something for comfort for the eyes, right? And these are screens which are very up and close to you. First off, I must say both screens are fabulous.
Yeah.
I love both screens, even though I'm shilling for the XReal right now.
Yeah.
I think the Goovis has a very good screen as well. Bright, crisp, clear.
Yeah.
So if you want to consume content, video, fantastic.
And for the tech nerds, there is a full HD 1080p, both.
Yeah.
But excellent.
One thing we kind of agree on is that the text on both isn't great. So these are not great devices to read a lot of text. It really feels fatiguing after a while. But for media consumption, amazing. But the thing with the XReal is I feel like I don't have to adjust anything. But you say if you need to adjust, the Goovis is better?
Yeah. Because let's talk about eyesight. If you wear glasses, if you're nearsighted, farsighted, whatever, you need to get prescription, let's say, inlays or whatever.
All right. I got some glasses.
Okay, let's see them. Let's see them. Okay, those are not prescription glasses, I think.
Yeah, these are, you can try these on if you want. And see if the Goovis still fits you. Oh, you look good, man.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute, that's about to change though.
Oh, here we go. We'll talk about looks in a bit. But yes, here we go. I got glasses on and I just have to adjust this in front of me and I'm good to go.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
What that means is that I don't need to take off my glasses. These could be reading glasses. These could be, for nearsighted glasses.
Probably not sunglasses.
Probably not sunglasses.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this very usable for anyone. Yeah. For the XReal, you need those prescription inlays.
Inserts. So what the XReal has is these kind of two, let's say, panels or screens, and you're going to have an inlay on top of it if you're nearsighted.
Correct. And so if someone is just grabbing this off you and saying, "Hey, can I use it?" Not possible if they've got.
Yeah, in our age range, it's kind of less and less possible. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's the biggest difference here. This is easy, ready to go for anyone.
Yeah.
That one will depend.
This also has an advantage for farsighted people on the side.
Yeah. So there's that adjustability. Well, there are two more adjustable factors on the Goovis. Is you can. So this is where the, let's say, the lenses are for the monitor, and you can, if I unlock it with a little button up here, I can adjust what they call the IPD, which is the interpupillary distance, because not everyone's eyes are equidistant.
Yeah.
And so you can adjust that. That's one. After you've done that, you can actually lock it again in place with this little toggle. Once you've done that, on the side, you get a little knob to change.
It's kind of the sharpness of it.
Yeah.
It's a diopter adjustment, they say. So kind of like similar to what you have with glasses.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So basically what I did was I put it on, closed one eye, checked the sharpness on that one, adjusted it to my liking, did the same with the other side. Good to go.
Yeah. I must say the buttons feel very good. They don't feel cheap.
No.
It's easy to adjust. Once you lock the thing in place, it stays in place.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, I'll give you that it has way more adjustability. One thing you can do on the XReal as well, which is kind of a hack, is you can move this a bit farther away.
Yeah.
You know,
which I ended up doing.
Up your nose, down your nose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a simple way of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But of course, it doesn't give you that granularity in
No.
controls. Yeah. What can they actually do? I like the XReal because of what it can do. Maybe
Okay.
I'll start with that.
Okay.
So both of these are basically face displays, right? Personal displays. So you can think of them as a big monitor, but instead of in a big piece of plastic with glass on it, these are right up close to your face. So the XReal you can connect with the stock here. You have a cable. It's just a regular USB-C cable, but you can output HDMI over this USB. So if I have connected even to something like my iPhone, I can see what's happening on my iPhone on this.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Both of these come with accessories, but that I think the Goovis also does, right? The basic outputting over HDMI.
So it also has the HDMI or the Type-C connector over here on this side. And it terminates also in a Type-C, so you can plug this into a phone, MacBook, Steam Deck, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's common,
That's common.
but both of these come with slightly specialized accessories.
Well, before we get to that, what can you actually do with this cable then? So you plug it in, what happens?
So it mirrors.
Mirrors
It does whatever your device can do over HDMI. So
Correct.
for example, I have here the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and here I have the iPhone. You plug it into an iPhone, it just mirrors the screen.
Yeah.
You plug it into a Samsung, you get DeX.
You can get DeX.
You can get DeX depending on which Samsung you have,
Yeah.
etc. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think it's more useful for me on something like the Samsung.
Okay.
But one of the downsides is they will also draw energy from that. So the battery on your Samsung or your iPhone or whatever will
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
kind of drained.
And you have to keep the display on, huh? Because if it goes into sleep mode or whatever, or you turn it off.
Yeah, that's for iPhone, not for Samsung.
No.
We have DeX.
With DeX is different.
Poor Apple.
DeX is
I use
different. I'm
Apple
saying if you
users.
don't use DeX.
Poor Apple users.
Suppose a Pixel
They
phone?
don't even know these
No?
things exist.
Okay, he's not listening to music.
No, right.
Okay.
So, okay, you're right. It depends on what your device can do. So, same thing with a desktop
Yeah.
or a laptop. If you plug it in, if it can output HDMI,
Yeah.
it will act like another monitor.
Yeah.
So, you have your main screen, you have this as a monitor.
Okay.
And that's the standard stuff.
That's standard. Then you can buy something extra, get some cash lying around, and that is a media box player device
For the Goovis.
for the Goovis. It's a similar thing for the XReal though, right?
Yeah.
They just call it something different. Should I start with the Goovis?
Yeah.
So the Goovis will sell...
There we go.
A drop test? No, the Goovis will sell you for $150 extra this little device. Looks like a power bank, at least this thingy, and that's a remote. So basically what it is, it's Android TV. It's running Android TV. This thing has a power bank in it, so it can power the Android TV without it being plugged into power.
Yeah.
And you plug this with a HDMI dongle, which you get this thingy. So you plug this HDMI into the Android TV box. Then you plug this guy
Into the USB-C
into the
port.
into this dongle over here. Yeah, and then you're ready to go, and then it fires up Android TV onto your Goovis Art.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of parts. You grab this remote, And it's just like what you're used to on Android TV. I have Android TV at home on my projector, and it comes with the exact same remote, and it's muscle memory from there onwards.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through, watching movies, watching YouTube, whatever. So that's quite cool to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And for that, I don't need to, keep my phone on and it being, depleting in terms of battery or a laptop or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you have?
So I'll go over this quickly because it's a very old accessory. There is a new version out for this one, and the new XReal one has this built in onto the glasses. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. But this is also kind of a box, but it does a few things that does not. So it does not have Android TV. That's a downside for sure. You have to upload the Netflix APK and manually update it. It has Netflix and Prime by default. This is the Beam. But the thing this can do that cannot do is you have 3 different modes. You have the body anchor mode, which can fix a screen in space. So say I'm wearing my glasses. On a normal display, what happens? You move slightly, the display moves with you, right? So that's what you would expect. But the anchor mode, the body anchor mode, it just plasters that in physical space. So even if you move around, the display is still there. And for somebody with motion sickness issues, which I do have, I think that is way better than having a display that moves with you every time with a slight jitter and stuff like that. So if you have motion sickness and that kind of issues in the car or whatever.
Well, you were testing just sitting down, right?
Yes.
On your couch. And just imagine if you were in a car, in a plane, in a bus, whatever.
No.
Ooh, too many moving parts. That's going to mess with your brain.
Yeah, so the Goovis, I'm thinking about it and feeling dizzy. So the Goovis, I did have a difficult time with that.
Yeah.
Even though the screen was beautiful, but when I was moving around on my couch.
That is true. I'll give you that. Yeah. And I think just looking at that thing, I was like, that's something Apple would make. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like an iPod, actually.
Orange.
Yeah,
I
with
guess
the
it's
wheel and
definitely
everything,
inspired
but it's not a wheel. Yeah.
This is a power button.
Yeah.
It's
And it has a pointer.
So this kind of can act as a mouse, so you can click on stuff.
So I get that they made the whole proprietary thing, but what I don't like is that it's not running something that you're intuitively familiar with. It's a new system. You need a laptop to load things on and update and learn and all.
There's
of that.
an old system. They've already moved ahead of this. So.
Okay, so they've integrated it. So we don't have to talk about that too much, but I really like the Android TV implementation here.
Yeah. So why I don't like it is because I'm still stuck with a moving screen.
Correct.
So I love the functionality.
Yeah.
But then
it's actually a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing for sure.
Yeah, because
but it's also a functionality thing because that functionality is to make your comfort higher.
Yeah.
Right?
So Goovis, if you're listening, body anchor, that's what we need to.
Yeah. Fix the screen in space, and I'm definitely picking the Goovis.
Okay. He says while he gulps a ton of water. Okay.
The performance of the screens. We said the screens are bright. We said they're sharp. But size matters.
Yeah. And although the Goovis does give you a pretty big screen, about 100 inches?
They say it's 100 inches. I don't believe it for a second because I was sitting at a reasonable distance from my TV, which is 55 inches, on a couch looking at the TV. And this was slightly bigger than that. So I would say 65, 70 at a stretch. But I don't think it's 100.
No, huh? Okay. Yeah. And you do see the borders of the screen quite.
Correct. Yeah. There's a black rectangle around the screen.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Whereas on the XReal, it feels a lot more immersive. It is a bigger screen. I think it goes up to 105 inches or something. We'll put it up on screen. But it feels more immersive not only because of the size of the screen, but because you get a shade thingy clip on.
For sure. It does 2 things actually.
Yeah.
One is the shade thing. This looks ugly. You get something called electrochromic dimming.
Oh yeah.
So I can demonstrate that to you. If you see I'm not sure you can see it, but now it's gone completely dim for me. Now it's back open.
Yeah.
And now it's in the middle. And this is beautiful. I love this. And even with 2 bright studio lights here, I can actually see what's happening on screen. Okay. It's impressive. But if you want to go one step further, you get this kind of blackout shades.
Yeah.
And you just pop it on here. And this is like really physically blocking out all the light. Yeah. So you don't need any electrochromic stuff.
Yeah.
And it does have a bit of view on the side like glasses do, but much lesser than the Goovis.
Yeah, the Goovis just has these 2 little lenses pointed towards your eyes, so you're way more aware of your surroundings. And if you're on a bright day or there's a lot of things happening around you, it is going to distract you from your media experience. So that is definitely a difference here.
So bigger screen on the XReal, lesser distractions, but more awareness on the Goovis.
Then these are portable displays. So how portable are they really? I think, I've got to give you the win here.
It's like
it's the XReal.
This is all I need.
Hands down.
This is all I need. This is the glasses can fit in this. The cable can fit in this. And this is just like a piece of like a chunky pair of sunglasses, and good to go.
Good to go. Of course, the beam is extra. The new version has it integrated. But with the Goovis, it's not only exactly the headset piece, the cable, like I said, the Android TV, the media player, the dongle, the remote. What else? The protectors that go onto the lenses that you can put, all of that. But they do give you a soft pouch which houses all of that. So there's plenty of space for all of that. It may not be super tough. It's not a hard case.
No.
So you do have to be careful when you shove it in with other things. But it will protect it.
You can carry everything except that back strap, which is
which is an extra.
We talked about it. So this one won't fit in this, but other than that, I think you're much more complete with this rather than the box of the XReal.
And then there's the factor of looks in public situations.
Can you just let's just try that. Let's just demonstrate that.
So if you were to see either of us sitting, I don't know, in the train, on an airplane, you wouldn't really be bothered by this guy. Maybe you'd think, why is he wearing sunglasses in an airplane? But with me, you would think, what is this guy? What is he testing? What kind of prototype is he testing? Or is he gaming? Or what is he doing? Or is he, looking through binoculars? That's how it looks like. It looks very
You have some medical condition?
Something. I don't know. But it is definitely more present. You're going to get a lot of people looking at you. Whereas with the XReal, it's just like bulky pair of sunglasses. So in terms of looks and how comfortable you are wearing
things in public places,
very advanced tech in public places, you may choose one or the other. I'm a bit self-conscious at times, so I'd go with the XReal, to be honest.
Okay. So in terms of
and actually, while we were taking this off, it reminded me that these both have wear sensors.
So
there's a little sensor on both that will know that you've taken them off, or in the case of the Goovis, you've just moved the
wear sensor. This is the wear sensor.
And there's a wear sensor on this as well, in the middle, right here. And so when you lift up the eyepiece off the Goovis, it'll shut off the monitor or pause whatever you're playing, and the same thing with the XReal when you take them off. So that's another added feature.
And they're not just displays, they're also speakers. Which are shite.
At least I'll say that for the Goovis.
Don't expect too much from the speakers, guys.
No.
I would say the speakers are better on the XReal. They're more like directed towards your ear, and I feel like there's a bit more of a bass presence and stuff like that, but it's just like it's like phone speakers, maybe like decent phone speakers.
It's fine,
and these are not decent phone speakers.
No, and the thing is, people around you are going to hear it. I will say though that the leakage on the Goovis is a lot more than on the XReal, because they've pointed it closer to your ears in the stems or in the stalks or in the temples or whatever these things are called.
So these are the speakers. So when you wear them, they kind of point towards your ears.
So there's less sound leakage on the XReal for sure.
Goovis does have an advantage on sound, which is an 3.5mm headphone jack.
There you go.
And especially, I mean, if you're into IEMs and stuff like that, but even if you're not into that for latency for gaming, can't beat that.
No.
But both can connect via Bluetooth.
Exactly.
So if you want Bluetooth buds, use your AirPods or whatever.
They work well.
You can do it.
Should you buy it? Would you buy it? Which one would you buy?
Should you, would you, could you? These are expensive products, I must say. So the XReal we bought with our own money. Goovis sent out the Goovis Art and all the accessories. But these are not cheap, guys. The XReal right now in Europe costs 399 euros.
Okay.
And that is just the XReal Air 2 Pro. There's a newer version of these, obviously. but we're talking about this one, and it's still not cheap.
No.
The older version. And the Goovis, just the display?
Just the Goovis costs $470.
Ooh.
Yeah.
These pricey, and I know why they're pricey. The screens are beautiful.
A lot of tech.
And a lot of tech packed in, and
Yeah.
there are clear use cases for these products.
Yeah.
But you really have to think. You can get a cheap monitor for $200 if you just want to extend your laptop, without having any of the motion sickness issues, and comfort issues. So
and then you've got some accessories that you can buy.
Right.
Obviously, with the XReal, if you're still buying this model, you will need to get the beam if you want all of that.
the beam is about 160.
160. The Android TV box is 150.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
With the battery pack is 150. You have this one, which is the accessory for the back, the comfort, which is 70, 69.70.
Yeah.
Begins to add up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I would say the XReal is cheaper then, in that sense at least,
Yeah.
with the accessories
Yeah.
and without as well, right? It's 390 and
correct.
it's 400.
Yeah.
So price-wise, the XReal is looking way better.
Yeah.
But functionality-wise,
Yeah. Look-wise,
yeah.
it's winning as well.
Yeah.
A bigger screen, you got that immersive feeling. You got speakers that are better, as long as you don't want to use Bluetooth or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Goovis has way more adjustability. It has the ability to plug in wired headphones. You have the Android TV compatibility, which really works well. So yeah.
I'm leaning towards the XReal Air 2 Pro. What are you leaning towards?
I like the whole Android TV integration and the adjustability on the Goovis, so I'm going for the Goovis.
Shakiness don't bother you.
The shakiness does not bother me.
No, okay.
as
All right.
much. Yeah.
Smart glasses are not fooling what you're seeing right now. But a quick disclosure, guys. Goovis did send out their product to us for review purposes, but it's not sponsored by any means. Now, a big thanks to our 4 levels of patrons and YouTube members as always. Popsicle, iSchool members, thanks a bunch. But a special thanks goes out to our tested folks, and a very special thanks goes out to our top tier, which is the Fuckman tier, Rachel, Gamma Panda, and Paula. You've been amazed by the view, and we've been DHRME. Dewey.